Hello and welcome to another Blues Focus preview where I'll be taking you through the action that's set to unfold on Saturday as Birmingham travel to Wycombe to face Wycombe Wanderers at Adams Park. And the last week it's been interesting to see everything happen, isn't it? With the new League One season starting, our first League One campaign in 30 years. And the first game we played in League One just about got a point, didn't we? With a 1-1 draw against Reading, leaving it late from the penalty spot. ALFIE made converting against the goalkeeper he missed his last penalty against. So that's interesting to see and off the mark, I guess, for that campaign. And in terms of the League Cup, it's a 1-0 win against Charlton Athletic and an absolutely stunning goal from Brannan Keeler to get us the victory in that game. And Ryan Alsop also saving from the penalty spot, which is fantastic for him. And going forward now to the Wycombe game, plenty of talking points to get through in terms of the starting 11. In goal, it could be between, Alsop, who impressed really on Tuesday. And I feel like for that number one spot, it's not as clear cut as a lot of people think it is, because competition in a lot of areas of the pitch is really intense this season, and one mistake and you could be out. I mean, for now it's going to be Peacock Farrell, isn't it? But also really impressed me on Tuesday, and for me he was my man of the match. So let's see what happens in that position. And also to mention the distribution, which we haven't seen from a Blues goalkeeper in a very long time, competent distribution. So it's really good to see, and Peacock Farrell and Alsop are going to duke it out now for that starting position in goal. And left back, it's pretty clear cut, isn't it? Alex Cochrane's going to be the left back because of the fact that Buchanan's injured, and Cochrane has impressed in the games against Reading and Charlton, with the Reading game seeing him get the man of the match award from the club media. Centre backs, we know what happened with Dion Sanderson on Tuesday, sent off after two silly yellow cards really. So it's going to be Christian Bielik and Christoph Clara that start in those two centre back positions. Clara impressed me against Charlton, the £4 million centre back, strong, impressive, composed on the ball as well, got stuck in. So really excited to see what he can do going forward, because Sanderson, I'm not quite sure. There's a lot of fans that raise questions about Sanderson, I guess, carrying on from last season, because he was one of those players that I guess did let us down in the running a bit, didn't he? And going forward to this season, as I said about competition, mistakes and you could be out the team. It's not as clear cut now as to who starts in what position because of the amount of players we've got in certain positions. And I think centre back is one of those places where there's going to be lots of competition. I imagine more transfers to come in as well. So it will be Clara and Bielik that start because of Sanderson and his suspension. Right back, Ethan Laird and Samsted are going to be the two that battle it out for that position. Samsted came on for his debut, didn't he? Around the 70-minute mark, replacing Ethan Laird in that game. And Laird was one of those people, again, question marks raised about him, I guess, carrying on from last season. And the game against Reading, he got into good positions, didn't he? But just didn't supply that cross or that final end product that the fans wanted with the amount of room and space and time that he had. So it will be Laird, won't it, on against Wycombe? But as Samsa gets more settled in, I imagine he will also receive plenty of starts as well. The holding midfielders, Paxton Ho and Mark Leonard, those are going to be the two holding midfielders. I don't imagine Tyler Roberts is going to play there again, because for me, that's just not his position. Mark Leonard played against Charlton, played against Reading, signed from Brighton, was at Northampton Town last season, and he has impressed me so far. He's someone that fits the bill for what Chris Davis wants to do with the team. Very comfortable on the ball, competent, always looks for a positive pass, plays in triangles. So I'm really happy with his start so far. And in terms of the midfield three in behind Alfie May, that's a bit of a lottery, isn't it? Keshi Anderson played 90 minutes against Charlton, looked pretty knackered towards the end, pulling up with cramp. I imagine he's one of those players that would have been subbed off would Dion Sanderson not have got sent off. I reckon he'll be rested or brought off the bench for that game against Wycombe. On the left, it's that debate, isn't it? It's Miyoshi, or no, not Miyoshi, Dembele or Hansen. And that's going to be the battle that I guess goes on for quite a long time should Dembele stay at the club after the transfer window. I reckon it will be Dembele that gets the nod on Saturday because he was rested for Tuesday, fresh legs in there. And Hansen, again, played a lot of the game and he did look promising. But I just imagine it will be Dembele that starts that game. And Koji Miyoshi will be on the other side. And he's someone that we know what he can do. Again, rested on Tuesday. So fresh legs coming in there. And hopefully he can be better than what he was against Reading, because he didn't really supply much. But as Blues fans, we know what he can do from his last season at Blues. And up top, it's that danger man, isn't it? Alfie May played a bit against Charlton, didn't get his goal that he wanted to get returning to the Valley. Perhaps when he was played from goal, he could have played it back to Keshi Anderson. We don't know, but I guess that's that's what a top striker does, doesn't it? He always looks for the chance for himself. So I'm sure Alfie May will get plenty of goals. And a team that's fearful of Alfie May is Wycombe Wanderers, having conceded quite a few goals to Alfie May over the years. Wycombe had a decent season last season, 10th place finish under Matt Bloomfield, and also a Bristol Street Motors Trophy final where they lost to Peterborough United. I caught up with Phil Catchpole, who is a communications manager for Wycombe Wanderers, to get his take on the game and what he's expecting from Birmingham City.
So Wycombe's first home game of the season at Adams Park against Birmingham City, obviously one of the League One big boys. Our first game was away at Wrexham, probably second to you guys in terms of budget by the look of things as well. So it's been an intriguing set of fixtures to open up the League One campaign for Wycombe. We got Rotherham the week after as well, they were fancied too. So on paper it looks an incredibly tough start. Last week at Wrexham, we lost 3-2. We gave away 2 sloppy goals, really, but probably deserved a point out of the game overall. We won in midweek in the Cup away at Northampton, looked comfortable. We played 4 at the back, 4-3-3 against Wrexham. We switched to a 3-5-2 against Northampton and played some good stuff in both games, really. So not entirely sure how we'll set up. So we'll see. Obviously Birmingham will come with a big crowd as well, and the away end will be rocking. So it should be a fantastic atmosphere. So all is set for an excellent game. But yeah, we fear Alfie May. I have to admit, he scored a huge amount of goals for Cheltenham when he came to Adams Park and away from home as well. He didn't score against us last season, so maybe we've cured that particular curse, but yeah, I think he's one that we'll be keeping a close eye on, hopefully. Not sure in terms of defensive lineup. Alex Hartridge was sent off for 2 yellows against Northampton, so he'll be suspended. So I'm not sure how we'll set up at the back. I think Ryan Tafazoli will definitely come in, but in terms of the formation, as I said, not entirely sure. We're looking forward to seeing Ryan Alsop. Rocky was a part of the Wycombe team that got us into the Championship with a superb display in the playoff final, especially. So it'd be good to see him for his first visit back to Adams Park. That's if he plays, of course, because of your embarrassment of riches in goal and elsewhere across the pitch. So an intriguing tie for us. I think our fans will be very much up for it as well. And as I'm sure you'll appreciate, as the season wears on, it'll be classed as a big game, whoever you play. And I'm sure Wycombe fans will be up for it because of that too. And we're aware of the difference in budgets between the two clubs, but Wycombe fans know all too well that football isn't played on the spreadsheet. So we'll definitely be up for giving you a fantastic game and looking to get our first win of the League One season. Perhaps it's a good time to play you. Wycombe has been fairly settled. We made our business early in the transfer window, although I think we're looking to add a few more, but I doubt we will be before Saturday. So maybe that could play its part too. But I'm predicting an exciting, a lively game. I'm going to go for Wycombe to win 3-2. I'm an optimist. What can you say? But yeah, hopefully you enjoy the game too, but not too much. And all the best for the season. Cheers.
And that was Phil Catchpole from Wycombe Wanderers. In terms of my score prediction for the game, I'm going to go over 2-0 Blues. I imagine Wycombe are going to make it hard for us, aren't they? They're going to be physical. We're in for a shock. You know, I imagine that there are going to be some drubbings in this league. The fact that we play the way that we play, dominate possession, get some goals, but I think it may take a while till we see them emphatic scorelines. I'm hopefully proved wrong, but I'm still going to go positive, and I'm still going to go for 3 points for Birmingham City to get our first league win of the season. Make sure to leave your comments down in the comment section about what you think is going to happen in the game, as well as a score prediction. And a notable mention as well in the starting 11 to Brandon Keeler. He may push in after that goal. We'll see what happens, but be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, keep right on.